What is going on there, guys? I just parked my bike. We are at Wan Buabang waterfall, and I thought of a great video today. What better way to explain my trip in Thailand thus far than at a beautiful waterfall. So we're gonna get to doing that, giving you guys my insight on what it's like to travel in Thailand and what would I do differently next time. Once I get to this little waterfall here, I'll get to my my points on what I think is the best way to go about traveling alone in Thailand or with somebody else. You know, before I get to doing this, I need a beer. 75 baht, which is like $1.50. Good boy, yeah. By the way, guys, I'm really sorry about the background noise. Right now, I am literally at a waterfall area, and it's just very noisy. I just thought the view would be really beautiful, and it is. We got all this scenery and take in the great outdoors and just have a good time. That's what I'm doing, and I'm just giving you guys my tips on what I would do differently while coming to Thailand next time. I watched a lot of videos and a lot of different YouTube channels that were telling me what they would do when they would come to Thailand, like things to know. And I took all of those things into account, and I have my own little list because there are definitely things that I personally should have done better or should have looked into more on this trip if I wanted to make it more enjoyable. It's been a great trip, don't get me wrong, but there are things that I could have done better or would have known more about to make this trip easier. Point number one, I would bring way more cash than I expected. People talked about, you know, how every other business was taking card. That is not a reality whatsoever. The only places taking cards are places that are in very large touristy areas. Other than that, if you go to a night market, if you go to a small little place where you actually want to save money and not pay that touristy price, you're gonna have to go outside the city, and for the most part, most of those places take only cash. When I first came here, I pulled 10,000 baht out. If you're here for a month, I would expect to spend about twice that if you're wanting to splurge and actually enjoy your time and go do things instead of just things that are free. Because sometimes you gotta get into parks and pay that entrance fee, or you wanna go to an adventure park or do a cooking class, and all these things take money. Not a whole lot of money, but you're gonna need cash to do so. Point number two, I would have packed way lighter. And when I mean lighter, I mean twice as light. I would have brought, literally for guys at least, you only need like 3 pairs of shirts, 3 pairs of shorts. You need obviously some, maybe like 4 pairs of underwear and socks. You need 1 sweatshirt, You need a pair of pants maybe for something if you want to go out to a nice place, because there are some places in Thailand that only accept pants and a dress shirt. So you're gonna need one of those. But the thing about Thailand is you can actually spend way less money by just bringing less. So bring a big duffel bag or a medium-sized duffel bag and bring one of these, a backpack, a little small backpack that you can roll up into that duffel bag. And that's all you need. That's literally all you need. After that, you can come to Thailand and you can actually buy your clothes rather than packing them all in one bag, having all that weight. Why would you do that when you can spend way less money by just not taking it with you? And if you want, you can buy it here in Thailand. So, I've done laundry one time, guys, throughout this trip. 2 times, actually. But you don't need to do laundry that much. When you pack lighter, it's not a hindrance at all. It's just easier to get around and not have to worry about getting a cab to get from one place to the next, because when I have to get from one hotel to the other, I have to bring my stuff with me, and it's hard to lug around a big backpack and a big duffel bag with me on a motorbike. I would just say packing lighter is essential to traveling through Southeast Asia, or anywhere for that matter. Point number 3, I would have looked a lot more into where I actually wanted to go and what I wanted to do before coming to Thailand, because I'm not the kind of person that wants to have a full itinerary, but at the same time I almost did no planning whatsoever as it pertained to where I was going to be staying and things I was going to be doing. I've done a pretty good job thus far of just going with the flow and doing what I like, but if you come with somebody or you come alone, I would definitely do a lot more research on specific plans that you want to go and do. Point number 4, on what I would do differently, I would stay in hostels a lot more. They are extremely cheap. They are probably 3 times as cheap as hotels. Like, I thought I was getting a good deal when I was staying in hotels for $20 a night. Guys, you can stay in a hostel that is just as nice or nicer for 1/3 of the price or 1/4 of the price. I'm staying in a hotel right now, or a hostel right now, for $7 a night, and apparently that's not even that cheap. Another thing about the hostels are you can make a lot more friends than just by staying at a hotel. There's a lot more ability to talk to people and make friends that way. So if you're into that, I would definitely want to stay in a hostel compared to stay in, you know, your own singular bedroom where you don't have any friends. So hostels are a really good way to make friends. You know, the thing about friends is that a lot of these people, this isn't their first time traveling. So they can open you up to different ideas when coming to a new place that you have never been before. Because this is my first time in Thailand and I'm completely alone. So making friends is a good way to learn about things to do, places to see, and places to stay at, because these people that are doing the exact same thing as me, who have been to multiple different countries across the board, who have a lot of insight on things that they could share to you. And by the way, some of these points that I'm making are, you know, it really depends on how much money you make and how much money you want to spend. I have money, but I came to Thailand, so I didn't have to spend all that money. The points that I'm making are really specified up to what I want to do and what I want to spend. Point number 5, I would have definitely done my research on transportation, because if you guys know how to ride a motorcycle in any way, shape, or form, I would implore you to rent a motorbike, 100%. You spend 100 to 200 baht per ride anywhere you want to go around the city. If you rent a motorbike, for instance, you are paying literally $200 for the entire day, and gas to fill up a motorbike is like 200 baht, and that takes you anywhere you want to go. You can go to the mountains, you can go to the beaches, you can go anywhere you want to go. You have your own source of transportation, and it's just so much easier to get around by having your own source of transportation rather than relying on an app to call every couple hours to get around different places. Point number 6, I would worry way less about finding food. If you're coming to Thailand and you're worried about street food, don't. The street food is absolutely amazing. It's way cheaper than going to any restaurant you're gonna find in the cities area. A lot of these street vendors charge a fourth of the price than what you're gonna find at a restaurant, and it's actually even better food because these people know what they're doing. They've been doing it for years. It's how they make their living, and I would definitely go with street food more often than not. Point number 7, I would definitely learn up on a little bit of Thai in terms of just small things you're gonna say. Kapung kap, which is thank you, sawadee ka, hello. Just certain phrases that you are gonna wanna know, rather than trying to speak English. There is not an overwhelming majority of people that speak English. So I would definitely do my homework and learn up on a little bit of Thai before coming to Thailand. Point number 8, I would get an international driver's license. When you go to Thailand, there's a lot of stops that they have for everybody. I was driving through Chiang Mai a couple days ago, and it's still going on today. They have these cops lined on the street, and anybody who's driving a motorbike, for the most part, they know it's gonna be tourists. So they stop you, and they're gonna want to see an international driver's license or proof that you are able to drive a motorbike in their country. Point number 9, I would not worry about cooking food whatsoever. Guys, food is so cheap here, it'll blow your mind. You're gonna spend just as much money going to a supermarket, buying food there. Most places that you're gonna be staying are not gonna have a kitchen. So if you are somebody that likes to cook, I would implore you to go and do a cooking class rather than buying a place that's gonna have a kitchen for you, because you're gonna spend way more money on just getting a place to cook your food and get all that prepared, when you can just go out and enjoy the culture and spend less money, you know? So I would just definitely plan on eating out. That's what I would say. Point number 10, I would be way more willing to be accepting of different foods, guys. When you come to Thailand, obviously you're in a new culture. I knew this, but coming to Thailand, you're gonna be trying different foods that you're not used to trying. I would just be more open-minded and be willing to try foods that you normally wouldn't try, because it's all part of the experience. And if you're not into trying bugs, you don't have to do that. I'm just saying, be willing to try foods that they don't have in the US per se. I'm not used to spicy food. They have a lot of food here that is very spicy, and I tried that more often than not. That's my last point, is be a lot more open-minded to foods here. My last point, guys, that I would like to let you know before you come to Thailand specifically, is there are a lot of places that do not use toilet paper. They use a little squirter that goes up your and it washes it out, and it's a bit interesting. And a lot of their plumbing here, just like other countries, can't handle toilet paper, so they ask you to put it in a dispensary rather than using your toilet paper and putting it in the toilet. So keep that in mind. For sure, it's different, and you're gonna have to get used to it. So guys, that was my 10 tips on what I would want to know before coming to Thailand for the first time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, guys. This is a new channel, and I know I'm not perfect. I'm getting used to this. I'm going in this with just the idea of wanting to have a fun time and have a hobby that I enjoy doing. And if you could, go ahead and share this, like this video, and please subscribe, because it doesn't cost you anything, and it does me a hell of a favor by just clicking that subscribe button, showing me you like the video, and that's all. Maybe comment, give me your advice, because it helps me a lot when making future videos on things you would want me to do better or differently, or things you want to see. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.